Yeah. Weird.
From her deepest oceans to the vast deserts, nature has always been a realm of wonder, filled with mysteries yet to be unraveled. But sometimes nature throws us a curveball, creating life in ways we never could have imagined. Imagine a creature born with not just one, but two heads, which is extremely rare in the animal world, to newborn zebras with striking polka-dot markings instead of the classic black and white stripes. Join us as we delve into 20 of the most astonishing cases of nature's most unusual births. Number 20. The rare turtle. This rare turtle is one truly extraordinary creature who has captured the hearts of people around the world. Hope is albino, a condition that's rare in reptiles, resulting in her striking, almost translucent white skin and bright pinkish-red eyes. Albino turtles like her are extremely uncommon because the genetic mutation that causes albinism makes them more vulnerable to sunburn and predation, as their skin lacks the protective pigment melanin. But what truly sets Hope apart is her heart. Literally, she was born with a condition known as ectopia cordis, where her heart developed outside of her chest. This medical anomaly is incredibly rare and has only been documented a few times in animals. And through the dedication of her owner, Hope has not only survived, but thrived. With regular veterinary care, including special attention to her heart's protection, she has grown into a lively and joyful turtle. The heart condition, while making her more vulnerable, hasn't slowed her down. She enjoys swimming, basking in the sun, and exploring her environment just like any other turtle. But in faraway southern Brazil, an even more puzzling event left a town questioning the boundaries of species and biology. Number 19. Cat puppies. In southern Brazil, a curious and bewildering event left a small town divided and in disbelief. It all began when 18-year-old Cassia Paras Desa discovered something truly extraordinary. Her cat, Mimi, had given birth not just to kittens, but to 3 puppies as well. The litter of 6, 3 kittens and 3 puppies, was a shocking surprise. Unfortunately, none of the newborns survived. Cassia suspected that the neighbor's dog might have had something to do with Mimi's unusual pregnancy, as it was believed that some sort of cross-species encounter could have occurred. Later, a test was conducted to determine whether the puppies were dogs or something more mysterious. The results were fascinating. To clarify, while it is theoretically possible for animals from different species to breed, it is incredibly rare and highly unlikely for a dog and a cat to produce offspring. Their genetic differences are simply too great for natural reproduction. Even if such a hybrid were to be born, it would likely be sterile and unable to reproduce. Scientists have long understood that dogs and cats have vastly different numbers of chromosomes, making the chances of a hybrid birth virtually non-existent. While the story of Mimi's litter stirred questions about the boundaries of genetics and nature, it was far from the only tale to do so. Number 18. Venus cat. Venus, the extraordinary feline sensation, has captured the hearts of millions online with her one-of-a-kind appearance. It's impossible not to be fascinated by her enchanting eyes, one icy blue, the other emerald green, and her strikingly split face, which is half jet black and half warm orange tabby. This rare and beautiful cat has become a symbol of nature's artistry, leaving everyone who sees her completely spellbound. Scientists believe that what gives Venus her remarkable appearance is due to a rare genetic condition known as chimerism. This phenomenon happens when 2 separate embryos fuse in the womb, forming a single individual with 2 distinct sets of DNA. Essentially, Venus carries the genetic blueprints of what could have been 2 entirely different cats. In Venus's case, one of the embryos likely carried the genes for a black cat with green eyes, while the other held the genetic instructions for an orange tabby with blue eyes. When these 2 embryos merged, Venus emerged with her now famous two-faced look. Interestingly, Venus's chimerism might not be her only unusual trait. Some experts suggest her captivating blue eye could also be a result of a condition called heterochromia, which causes a difference in eye coloration. Just as Venus's striking appearance reminds us of nature's surprising creativity, Rosie's story takes the unpredictability of genetics to another level. Number 17. The cow-spotted golden retriever. Rosie, a sweet golden retriever mix, went into labor. Her owners eagerly anticipated a litter of fluffy, golden-coated puppies. But when the tiny newborns arrived, they got the surprise of a lifetime. Instead of the classic golden fur typical of the breed, Rosie's puppies were covered in eye-catching black and white or brown and white spots, making them look like tiny wagging miniature cows. The family couldn't believe their eyes, and neither could the internet when photos of the adorable cow puppies went viral. Veterinarians explained that Rosie's puppies were born with such an unusual look because this distinctive pattern likely comes from genetics. Golden retrievers, like many dog breeds, can carry hidden recessive genes that rarely show up, but can lead to surprising coat colors or patterns when paired with the right mate. In Rosie's case, it's possible she had a recessive gene for spotted fur tucked away in her DNA. It's also possible that the father of the puppies could have passed down a gene responsible for their cow-like appearance. While the exact reason remains a mystery, one thing is clear: these puppies are truly one of a kind. But while Rosie's puppies surprised the world with their unexpected coats, genetics can only explain so much. And far away in the Philippines, a small village witnessed a genetic marvel of an entirely different kind. Number 16. The Two-Headed Piglet. In 2014, a remarkable and almost unbelievable story captured the world's attention from a small village in the Philippines. A piglet named Mara Clara was born with a truly extraordinary appearance. She had 2 heads and 3 eyes. This rare and puzzling event amazed scientists and left the public in surprise. Videos of Mara Clara spread rapidly online, showcasing her unusual look and sparking fascination far beyond her hometown. What made Mara Clara even more astonishing was her apparent health. Despite her unusual anatomy, she could eat, drink, and move around just like any other pig. Her owners, realizing just how special she was, chose to care for her lovingly, treating her like a cherished member of their family. Two-headed animals, like Mara Clara, result from a condition called polycephaly, where embryos fail to separate during development. Such cases are extremely rare, and survival is even rarer, making Mara Clara's story all the more unique. Experts speculated that she might be the only pig of her kind alive at the time, adding to her status as an extraordinary phenomenon in the animal kingdom. But as this amazing piglet captured hearts, another became a sensation for a completely different reason. Number 15. The goat with long ears. In Pakistan, a little goat named Simba has captured the hearts of animal lovers worldwide with his truly extraordinary feature, his ears. But these aren't just any ears. They're remarkably long, stretching to an incredible 18 inches when Simba was just a baby. Despite the obvious challenge of managing his oversized ears, which sometimes make it tricky for him to walk without stepping on them, Simba remains an active and cheerful little goat. His big personality and even bigger ears have turned him into a global sensation on social media. Simba's breed, the Nubian goat, is known for its long ears, but Simba takes this to the next level. These long ears serve a functional purpose in hot climates like Pakistan's. They help with thermoregulation by dissipating heat. However, Simba's ears are unusually long even for his breed, sparking interest and wonder in animal experts and breeders alike. Because his ears sometimes get in the way of walking, his owners often tie his ears back gently to prevent them from dragging on the ground, and they've adapted his environment to suit his needs. Simba's astonishingly long ears may make him one of a kind, but nature has no shortage of surprises when it comes to animals with extraordinary features. Number 14. Cyclops cows. At certain times of the year, cows give birth to offspring with a strange and surprising feature: a single, large eye in the center of their forehead. This unusual condition, known as cyclopia, has left both farmers and scientists scratching their heads for years, wondering what could cause such a bizarre birth defect. As it turns out, the answer lies in a plant that the cows sometimes eat. more specifically an organism that grows on this plant. The culprit is locoweed, a plant found across the Americas, which has a surprising connection to this condition. The plant is home to a toxic fungus that, when consumed by grazing animals, produces a harmful chemical that disrupts their body's chemistry. This toxin can lead to several severe health issues, but one of the most startling effects is cyclopia, where the developing calf is born with a single eye instead of two. The name locoweed comes from the Spanish word for crazy, and it's easy to see why. The plant can cause erratic, unpredictable behavior in animals that consume it. While it doesn't always lead to cyclopia, it is a known factor in causing many other birth defects in mammals. But while locoweed's toxins can lead to strange and tragic outcomes, nature has a way of surprising us in other ways too, just like in this case in Thailand. Number 13. The twin elephants. In a remarkable event in central Thailand, a 36-year-old Asian elephant named Chamchuri has given birth to a rare set of twins, a birth so unusual that caretakers are calling it a miracle. Chamchuri, who lives at the Ayutthaya Elephant Palace and Royal Kraal, wasn't expected to have twins, so when she gave birth to a healthy male calf, the staff thought the delivery was over. They were focused on helping the newborn stand up, making sure he was safe and secure, when suddenly there was a loud thud. To everyone's surprise, Chamchuri had delivered a second calf, a female. The shock of the second calf's arrival caused Chamchuri to panic. The caretakers rushed into action, quickly trying to control the situation to prevent her from accidentally stepping on her newborn daughter. In the chaos, one caretaker was injured. Onlookers watched in awe as they struggled to separate the female calf from the frantic mother, with fresh blood still visible on her hind legs from the sudden delivery. Dramatic footage of the scene quickly made its way onto social media, capturing the intense moment. The birth of twins is incredibly rare for elephants, occurring in only about 1% of all elephant births. Let's now dive into the depths of the Mediterranean, where an equally rare and bizarre creature has been turning heads. Number 12. The pig-nosed shark. The fascinating creature has been grabbing attention for its unusual appearance and behavior. This rare marine species was first spotted by naval officers near Elba, Italy, at the Darsena Medicea Marina. What makes this shark truly stand out is its peculiar grunting sound when it surfaces, a noise so strikingly similar to a pig's oink that it instantly earned the nickname pigfish. But the sound isn't the only thing that ties it to pigs. The shark also boasts a snout and face that bear a curious resemblance to the farmyard animal. Despite its quirky features, the pig-nosed shark isn't some bizarre mutant or a fluke of nature. Its official name is the angular rough shark, a member of the rough shark family. This family of sharks is known for their triangular, almost angular body shape and rough, sandpaper-like skin. It's a deep-sea dweller, typically residing at depths of about 2,300 feet beneath the ocean's surface, where they feed on small fish, crustaceans, and invertebrates. What makes them even more captivating is their rarity. Sightings are so uncommon that each encounter sparks curiosity among marine biologists and enthusiasts. Now let's take a trip to the lively streets of Chongqing, where Mother Nature proves yet again that her surprises never cease to amaze. Number 11. Winged cat. In the bustling city of Chongqing, nestled in southwestern China, a very unusual cat made its debut into the world. This remarkable creature was born with features that stirred imaginations and drew comparisons to the mythical lion. But the true surprise came when the cat reached about a year old. One day, much to the amazement of its owner, small, fluffy growths began to sprout from the cat's back. Over time, these growths transformed into what can only be described as wings. Actual wing-like structures covered in soft fur emerged, giving the cat a magical, almost mythical appearance. Though these wings can't lift the cat into the air or help it soar like a bird, they are undeniably fascinating and have earned this unique pet quite a bit of attention. Interestingly, these so-called wings are not as rare as one might think. In some cases, such features are linked to a skin condition called feline cutaneous asthenia, or elastic skin syndrome, which causes the skin to stretch and fold unusually. Alternatively, these furry appendages might result from an abnormal thickening of fur or even benign growths. Despite their appearance, these wings don't seem to bother the cat at all. Instead, they add to its charm, making it a living, breathing marvel of nature. While a cat with wing-like growths may seem like the pinnacle of nature's surprises, only a few years later, in a small Brazilian village, Mother Nature threw yet another curveball that left everyone in disbelief. Number 10. Two-head calf. In 2013, something truly astonishing happened in a small village in Brazil that left the locals speechless. A calf was born with not just one, but two heads, which is extremely rare in the animal world. But that's not all. This calf also had 4 eyes and 2 mouths. The farmer, who was both amazed and curious, even filmed a video of himself feeding the unusual calf milk. A veterinarian who examined the calf explained that this condition, known as polycephaly, is incredibly rare in mammals, and the exact cause is still unclear. While the condition is believed to be the result of a genetic mutation, it's important to note that the calf was otherwise healthy and strong. Even with its unusual features, it was able to drink milk and live a fairly normal life. Interestingly, polycephaly occurs when an embryo splits into twins, but fails to completely separate, resulting in one animal with 2 heads. Cases like this are so rare that they're often seen as oddities, leaving experts fascinated by the rare occurrence. And just as this 2-headed calf left experts in awe, this other creature native to Ireland left the world stunned with a feat that defied all odds. Number 9. 2 sets of twins. Horse. Destiny, an extraordinary Irish sports horse, has become a sensation for something incredibly rare. This horse gave birth to twins not just once, but twice. This unusual occurrence first happened in 2018, when she surprised everyone with her first set of twins. However, Destiny wasn't finished yet. In 2022, she made headlines again when she gave birth to another set of twins, leaving the horse world in awe. To make this even more astounding, horses usually give birth to only 1 foal per pregnancy. Twins in horses are so rare that many breeders and veterinarians have never encountered them in their careers, making Destiny's story all the more extraordinary. Fortunately, Destiny's pregnancies went smoothly, and both sets of twins were born healthy, which is even rarer. The owners were understandably shocked and thrilled both times, as having twins is a huge surprise for any horse breeder. While Destiny's story defied expectations on land, the swamps of the southern United States harbor another genetic marvel, lurking in the shadows with an otherworldly glow. Number 8. Albino Alligator. In the murky waters of the swamps across the southern United States, a rare and striking sight unfolded. Strange alligators, with their ghostly pale, pinkish-white skin and intense blue eyes, seemed to glow in the shadowy waters, standing out against the dark surroundings. This unusual appearance comes from a genetic condition that affects the production of melanin, the pigment responsible for giving color to skin, hair, and eyes. Without melanin, these alligators have a distinctive lack of coloration. While their unique look makes them captivating, it also makes them highly vulnerable. Their pale skin makes them incredibly visible to predators, and they struggle to blend into their environment like their darker relatives. To protect these remarkable creatures, special conservation facilities have been created. In these safe havens, they can grow and thrive under the watchful care of researchers and wildlife experts. Despite their pale appearance and the challenges it brings, albino alligators are still fierce and powerful predators. They can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh as much as 500 pounds, making them formidable hunters. Their jaws are incredibly strong, capable of crushing bone with ease, and their razor-sharp teeth can tear through almost anything in their path. But just as the albino alligators stood out in the swamps, another rare creature with a striking difference was discovered in the deep waters of Wales. Number 7. The SixArmed Octopus. In 2010, an extraordinary discovery was made off the coast of Wales by a British marine biologist. A rare octopus was found with strange arms instead of the usual number of arms, a condition so unusual that it captivated scientists worldwide. This fascinating creature was affectionately named Henry, in a nod to King Henry VII, the famous monarch who had 6 wives. This octopus was found with only 6 arms instead of the usual 8. What made Henry truly remarkable was that his 6-armed condition wasn't due to an injury or accident. Instead, he had a rare genetic mutation known as hexapus. This anomaly, seen in only a tiny fraction of octopuses, prevents the full development of 2 of their arms. Despite his unconventional anatomy, Henry was a healthy, energetic octopus who adapted beautifully to his environment. He hunted skillfully, maneuvered adeptly through tight crevices, and seemed unfazed by his missing limbs. Some experts even suggested that having fewer arms might have offered him an unexpected advantage, making him more streamlined and efficient in certain situations. Henry's discovery quickly made waves, and his unique story inspired countless news articles, documentaries, and even a children's book that introduced young readers to the wonders of marine biology. But only a few years later, another strange and captivating creature was born in Thailand. Number 6. The Crocodile Buffalo Mystery. In 2015, a strange and puzzling animal was born in Thailand, leaving the local community both baffled and fascinated. This creature seemed to have the body of a buffalo, but the head of a crocodile. Many people started calling it the crocodile buffalo, a name that perfectly captured its unusual and startling appearance. News of its birth spread quickly, and soon crowds gathered to witness the creature, believing that it was a sign of good fortune for their village. Sadly, the crocodile buffalo didn't live for long. Its time on Earth was short-lived, and it passed away unexpectedly. The cause behind its bizarre appearance remains unsolved, with some speculating that it was the result of a rare genetic mutation or some form of developmental anomaly. The mystery surrounding this creature has been linked to other oddities throughout history, where animals exhibit unexplainable physical traits. Genetic mutations, environmental factors, and even viral infections can occasionally cause such unusual births. But like this buffalo, another animal was equally turning heads with its uncanny supernatural abilities. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. A few years ago, in a quiet little town, a dog named Bella gave birth to a litter of healthy puppies. All of them were just like any other puppies, cute, playful, and full of energy. But then something extraordinary happened. One of the puppies, a tiny little creature with a coat that shimmered like gold, was born with a trait no one had ever seen before. Unlike her siblings, this puppy had glowing eyes that sparkled in the dark, almost like stars. People from the town couldn't believe it. The puppy was special, not just because of her eyes, but because she seemed to understand things no other dog could. She would chase shadows in the yard, as if playing with invisible friends, and often sat still, watching the stars above, as though she knew they were calling her. The townspeople were fascinated by the puppy's unique gift, and word spread quickly. Some said she was a magical creature, others believed she was sent from the heavens. As she grew, she became more than just a local legend. She became a symbol of hope and mystery for the whole town. But the real surprise came one night, when the puppy, now fully grown, led the townspeople to a hidden cave in the woods. Inside, they found a treasure that had been lost for centuries. The glowing-eyed puppy had guided them there, her eyes shining brighter than ever, as if she had always known this secret. Could it be that the puppy's glowing eyes were a sign of something greater than magic? Let us have your opinions in the comment below. But just as the glowing-eyed puppy revealed mysteries hidden beneath the surface, nature had yet another surprise waiting, this time beneath the waters of Lake Champlain. Number 5. The Fish with Two Mouths. A fisherman at Lake Champlain, New York, reeled in a truly astonishing catch, an unusual fish. The fisherman, both amazed and bewildered, wasted no time sharing his rare find on social media. The photos took the internet by storm, sparking endless discussions worldwide. Experts assumed that this remarkable feature, a second mouth, likely resulted from a rare genetic mutation, possibly caused by environmental factors, injuries that healed abnormally, or even a developmental anomaly. Genetic mutations in fish can sometimes occur due to pollution, fluctuating water temperatures, or other environmental stresses. While the exact reason for this peculiar condition remained a mystery, scientists were eager to examine the fish. After being carefully studied, the fish was released back into the lake to continue its life in the wild. The event left many fascinated, reminding people how little they truly know about the oddities of nature. But speaking of remarkable hybrids, another creature blurs the boundaries of species in a way that redefines survival itself. Number 4. Koywolf. This creature is a true wonder of the animal kingdom and a living example of nature's ingenuity. This incredible hybrid is a genetic mix of 1/3 eastern wolf, 1/3 western wolf, and 1/3 western coyote, with a splash of dog DNA in the mix. For decades, these creatures were mistaken for eastern coyotes, but their unusual size and striking features had experts and curious onlookers scratching their heads. It wasn't until much later that researchers unraveled their fascinating origin story. The creation of the Koywolf traces back to the early 19th century in Algonquin Provincial Park, Ontario, during Canada's colonial era. Here, eastern wolves and western coyotes began to interbreed, likely driven together by the loss of natural habitats and the decline of native wolf populations due to human activity. The result is a resilient, adaptable hybrid that has since thrived across eastern North America, making itself at home in a wide range of environments. What sets the Koywolf apart is its physical and behavioral traits. These hybrids boast larger, more robust skulls and powerful jaws, allowing them to take down prey larger than a typical coyote could handle. Their longer legs and bushier tails give them a distinctive appearance, and they are notably heavier than pure coyotes, weighing in at around 55 pounds or more, compared to the average 25 to 35 pounds of their coyote cousins. Just as the Koywolf challenges the understanding of animal evolution, a newly discovered zebra in Kenya offers a glimpse into the marvels of unexpected genetic variation. Number 3. Spotted zebra. A truly unique and captivating sight was recently unveiled in Kenya's Masai Mara National Reserve. A newborn zebra with striking polka-dot markings instead of the classic black and white stripes. The unusual zebra was discovered one sunny morning near the Mara River by Anthony Tira, a seasoned Maasai tour guide and photographer based at the Matira bush camp. At first, he thought it was a zebra that had been captured and painted or marked for research purposes. He was completely baffled when he first saw it. But as he examined the zebra more closely, he realized it wasn't paint, but a natural pigment disorder creating its extraordinary appearance. Anthony quickly captured photos of the zebra and shared them on the Matira Bush Camp's Facebook page. The images instantly went viral, sparking an avalanche of interest. Tourists, photographers, and wildlife enthusiasts flocked to the reserve, eager for a glimpse of this rare zebra. This zebra's coat is a rare condition described as pseudomelanism. Unlike the typical striped pattern of zebras, pseudomelanistic zebras have large dark patches that disrupt their usual stripe arrangement. This condition is a result of genetic mutations affecting melanin, the pigment responsible for coloring hair and skin. On land or at sea, Mother Nature never stops surprising us with her rare and mysterious creatures, like this bizarre discovery in the Gulf of Mexico. Number 2. The Two-Headed Bull Shark. On April 7, 2011, a fisherman made an extraordinary discovery in the Gulf of Mexico. At first glance, this strange creature seemed like a pair of conjoined twins, but scientists later determined it was a single shark with two fully developed heads. This rare phenomenon, known as axial bifurcation, occurs during the embryonic stage when the embryo begins to split but doesn't fully separate into twins. What made this shark so fascinating was its anatomy. It had two distinct heads, each with its brain, heart, and stomach, but the bodies were fused into a single tail. This unique configuration meant the shark faced significant survival challenges. Swimming and hunting efficiently would have been nearly impossible, reducing its chances of reaching adulthood. The specimen drew significant attention from researchers at Michigan State University, who studied it to better understand the genetic and environmental factors that could lead to such an anomaly. And like the Gulf of Mexico shark, the Arctic waters harbored a similarly mysterious creature that defied the boundaries between species. Number 1. Naruga. Back in 1990, a researcher named Mads Peter Heide Jørgensen heard an incredible story from an Inuk hunter in the Arctic. The hunter had captured a peculiar animal that didn't quite match any known species. It seemed to have the physical traits of both a beluga whale and a narwhal. This fascinating creature, later dubbed the Naruga, was a hybrid born from the mating of a female narwhal and a male beluga whale. Two species that share the icy waters of the high Arctic and belong to the small whale family called Monodontidae. Intrigued, Heide Jørgensen was shown a skull from the animal, and it left him scratching his head. It didn't perfectly resemble either a narwhal or a beluga. Instead, its features were a mix of both. The Naruga's skull didn't have a single tusk, but its teeth were distinctly spiraled, an unusual nod to its narwhal heritage. Interestingly, the Naruga had 18 teeth, which is right in the middle of the beluga's tooth count and the narwhal's. However, not all its traits were a perfect blend. The skull of the Naruga was surprisingly large. This unique mix of characteristics led scientists to confirm that the Naruga wasn't just a strange-looking individual, but a true hybrid. In 2019, genetic analysis confirmed its hybrid origins, solidifying its place as a rare marvel of the Arctic. What are your thoughts about these fascinating cases of nature's most extraordinary and unusual births? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below.